I was a national trainer for the whole of Argos and Sainsbury's. So if any of you in this room have ever seen a little Argos store inside a Sainsbury's, it was me that helped open them up. Yay! Whether that's something I want to admit to or not, I don't mind. But here's the idea, some of you may know, I had a burning desire inside of me. A little desire to create a magic and speaking business. And I decided to make, in the last 5 years of that career, a little business. And it got quite successful. But the business then turned around and said, we no longer want the national training company anymore. And instead, we're going to announce some redundancies. I thought, great. I'm going to get made redundant. This is my shot. This is my moment to now leave my career and follow my dreams and passion full time. The process happened. I got made redundant. And I took redundancy, ladies and gentlemen, on the 4th of April, 2020. I don't know if anybody can remember in 2020, but there was a little thing called a global pandemic. Yeah, not the perfect time to do that, right? And whilst that was the most difficult and most frustrating time of my life, a few people came into my life who became mentors, peers, and friends. And the principles that they taught me have allowed me to completely transform my life, which has enabled me to do some amazing things. I am now very grateful to say that I am now a co-director of the Confident Club. We teach presentation skills for Coca-Cola, Audible, and Vistaprint. I'm also a professional speaker, and as Katie said, I'm the second best wedding magician in the UK. Yes! But I say none of this to brag, ladies and gentlemen. I say this because I'm from Whittlesea. So I don't know if anybody in this room is from Whittlesea, or if you've heard of Whittlesea, then let me know. Who hasn't heard of Whittlesea? Good. It doesn't matter if you haven't, but just to let you know, it is a town on the east of Peterborough, which means it's in the Fens. So it's completely true, by the way. I have web feet and web fingers, yes. So as a bonus, we're all good swimmers. And as an actual bonus, we're all related to each other in Whittlesea, which is great. But the reason I say it is because if I can do it, little boy Ricky, from completely losing everything, his completely business, destroying overnight, and then doing the most amazing things now, then anybody can. Because as my teacher taught me, Jack Canfield, he said that success is like this. It's like a combination lock. It doesn't matter what age you are, what gender you are, what background you are from. If you know the combination to a lock, the lock has to open. It's just unfortunate that some people might know one principle, maybe two principles, or maybe they're in the wrong order. But today I'm going to share with you the 3 principles that will help improve your confidence, improve your resilience, and help you get from where you are to where you want to be in 26. Does that sound good, ladies and gentlemen? 5 people, that's good enough for me. Good. So ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have a little bit of fun as well, and I do need the help of a very sharp and observant person. And because I got to watch Elsie at the start, I've watched some of you in this room, and I've decided that the person who's going to help me is going to be Lee. Lee, can you pass that to the lady behind you? Thank you. Good. Debs, can you hold that up for me, please? This is a special prediction. If you can, I know you might have to get off because you've got something going on at home, but are you going to be here for like the next 25 minutes? Yeah. Good. Can we just give her a big round of applause, please? Debs, keep your hand up now for the next 25 minutes. Is that all right? No, you can put it down. Put it down. Good. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a little bit of fun today. I'm going to break this down into 3 principles. And the first principle we're going to talk about is this. There is on your table a card. These cards are for you to take away. Yes, I'm really nice like that. But on the cards, you can feel free to make some notes. And just to show you if you've not found the card, Mr. Matt Davies at the back of the room has one of those cards. If you can stand up for me, Matt. Here he is. Look at him. What a great guy. He's on this afternoon. He is your speaker for this afternoon. These are your cards. Feel free to make some notes throughout this. So are you ready, ladies and gentlemen, for the first principle? Elsie is, that's fine, good. First principle, ladies and gentlemen, is called take 100% responsibility, and why this is important is because it's not about what the event, it's not about a global pandemic completely destroying your dreams. It's still wrong. But what it is, it's all about the responsibility that we take when these events happen. And I'm going to get a few people to help me out with this information. So here's an idea. This is a formula that changed my life completely. This is a formula that was popularized by a guy called Jack Canfield. Now, I always like, before I share the formula, to talk about quotes. It's one of my favorite things to do. I've got a quote on the stage. This is one of my favorite quotes. It's by Jim Rohn. You can't hire other people to do your push-ups. That'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? If I said here to Tony over here, Tony, would you mind just going to like the gym? You work incredibly hard, mate. Get really sweaty, hang around with some stinky people, but I'll get the 6-pack. Is that all right with you? Oh, thanks, Tony. He's a good lad, good lad. Now, no one's going to do that, is it? So that means we've got to do it. So what I want everyone to think about is this. We've got to do this today. There is no AI, there is no formula for this to happen. We've got to go and do the work. So I have a mantra for all of you, and I'd like you all to join in right now. It's this. It's called If It's Meant to Be, It's Up to Me. I'd like everybody to say this with me, all together, out loud, after me on the count of 3. Okay? If it's meant to be, it's up to me. 1, 2, 3. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. Very good. Top points for you there. Good. So here's the formula. You may be familiar with this. This is a formula that was popularized by Robert Resnick, a psychologist, then made famous by Jack Canfield in the Success Principles. And also my good friend Paul McGee writes about this in his book, Sumo. Who has heard of this formula before? Who hasn't heard of this formula before? Good. So here's the idea. What it means is you've got to take responsibility. It is not about the event. A global pandemic completely destroying your business and dreams, but what we do with that information to get the outcomes we want. But what we understand is this. We have to give up all complaining and all blaming. I can't stand on this stage right now and complain about my wife. Because if I did, it would mean that there is a better reference of a wife out there that I'm just not willing to risk or go and create. Thankfully, for Mrs. Locke out there is no better reference of a wife yet. So, what we need to understand is we've got to give it all complaining and blaming. This Monday just gone was Martin Luther King Day. So I don't know if anybody remembers his speech. I have a complaint. No, he didn't say that, did he? He said, I have a dream. So it tells us this. You get what you focus on. So if we understand this to be true, I want to give you all an opportunity right now to completely get rid of all that information. All of the stuff that stops you all getting to where you want to be. Because I appreciate it. I'm a business owner. I know what it's like. It's hard sometimes. So I'm giving you this opportunity right now. I want you all right now to think of one thing, the thing that stops you all getting to where you want to be. It could be the kids, AI, money, budget, funding, the government. Whatever it is right now, I want you to pick just one thing, and you're all going to shout it out as loud as you can so that I can hear on the count of 3. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. That was everybody. You've got to do that again. That wasn't loud enough. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Very good, good. So here's an idea. This is usually what happens when we get this. This is the common examples we see. These are the things that stop people doing this. Money, time, change, the economy, my team, the government, the banks, traffic, the weather, customers, the wife, the husband, the kids, the boss, salt and vinegar disco crisps for being so delicious and irresistible. That is mine up there. I know for a fact that I would have a 6-pack by now if I didn't eat so many bloody packs of crisps every time I stop off at a garage. But instead, I'd rather turn up every single week to my PT and say, I don't know, Lee, I'm trying really hard, there's just nothing going on. It must be your program, it's not working for me. When the real reality, the better reference that I have is to eat healthy and stop eating so many bloody crisps. So what we want to do is we want to get rid of that. Because we know this, if we give up all complaining and blaming, which is just the event, there's only 3 responses we have any control over, which is going to be this. Our thoughts, our behaviours, and the stories that we tell ourselves. So here's an example for this to help you. I'm going to say to this man over here, hello sir, what is your name? Mark? Hello Mark. Let's just say for like a second, I say to Mark over here, Mark, I've got to say, out of all these presentations that I've ever delivered, you by far are the biggest idiot I've ever met in my life. Now he's not, by the way, let's just make that sure. Ricky didn't say that. But if I had said that, who in this room thinks that his self-esteem is going to take a dip right now? Who thinks that? You failed. Because if I was to do a quiz at the end of this, I would have said, what is the formula for success, everybody? It's E plus I equals O. Because it's not what Ricky says to Mark, that's the event. It's what Mark says to Mark after I've said it. He might well say, blimey, Ricky's only been on stage for 10 minutes, how did he know so quick? Or Mark might go, do you know what, I'm a VIP, I'm sitting in the front row, I've got high self-esteem, I can handle it, go for it. Or he might go, you know what, I'm a good-looking guy, I look fashionable, maybe Ricky fancies me. It's not that with Mark, I apologise, but maybe in another lifetime, who knows, I'm a married man. But could we all see how those 3 different responses would determine 3 different outcomes? The issue is that most of us just jump straight away to, I can't believe he just said that, how dare he? So instead, it's about thinking about what is the response? Because you get what you focus on. I don't know if you're familiar with Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali had a famous phrase, which is, I am the greatest, yeah. Notice that he didn't say, one day I'll be quite good. No, he said, I'm the greatest, so you get what you focus on. But not only does this show up in what we are doing right now in terms of our mental attitude, it also shows in our physiology too. And I'd like everybody in this room to do this demonstration with me right now. Here's what we do. I want you to put your hands out like this. Both hands for me. You'll notice on your hands you'll have a line that goes all the way across the bottom. Like this. And with real precision, I want you to match these hands together like this. And when you put your hands together, you'll notice for most of the population, one hand will be slightly shorter than the other, okay? Whichever hand is slightly shorter or even almost identical, I want you to take that out in front of you, okay? Take it out in front of you and you're gonna say this with me 8 times. We're gonna say grow longer, all right? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Grow longer, 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 grow longer. Put your hands back together. How weird is that? That's strange, isn't it? That's magic right there. But this is the weirdest thing. When we have a clear intention with what we want to do, instead of going, oh, this is really silly, why is Ricky making me put my hands out like this? We can actually change the physiology of our body and change our length. Now, unfortunately, I have a disclaimer, because I know what some of the people in this room are thinking. All of the men in the room, this only works for your hands. But because I don't want Tom and Paul to walk away going, yeah, Ricky was really good today, I really enjoyed that, but he's made everyone have like a long arm like this. We don't want that. So instead, you're going to take that hand again and you're going to say back to normal. We're going to do it 6 times. So take that hand that you just made longer and you're going to say 6 times back to normal. Here we go, ready? 1, 2, 3. Back to normal, 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 back to normal. Put your hands back together. What? Crazy, isn't it? So we've got to be really careful what we focus on. We understand that it's not about the event, a global pandemic completely destroying your business, something getting in the way of your business, but actually, if we take 100% responsibility, we give up all blaming and complaining, and we respond in a different way, we can change the outcomes of our business. So the question is, well, what if you were to actually take responsibility and start thinking about the responses that you have to the events in your business, a setback, something happening? Then I wonder where your business will be in a year's time. But for my second principle, rather than me explain it, I'm going to demonstrate this, because I had a really weird epiphany a couple of years ago when I completely lost everything, and it was the worst moment of my life. I realized that every time I still performed magic, people would go into this state of wonder, and it was crazy. So rather than me kind of explain it, I want to show this in detail by demonstrating this as a trick. Now I'm going to need a couple of people to help me out here, and here's what's going to happen. I have here a deck of cards, and you'll notice that it has an elastic band on it. And here's what's going to happen. I'm going to hand this to a couple of people in the audience, and you're going to place it into your right hand. When you place it into your right hand, you'll put your other hand on top, you're going to flick up the back, and you're going to notice and look at one card and just remember it, like this. Got it? Look at it and just remember. Now, because I want to take you on a trip down memory lane, I'm going to take you all back to the 4th of April, 2020, when I had to do magic, which was in a time called social distancing magic. Well, cue the music, please. Okay, let's have a look. Okay. Oh, okay. This man over here. Hello, sir, what's your name? Hello, buddy. Reach in. Place into your right hand. Today would be good, thank you. Yes, good. Hand on top, your left hand on top. Flick up the back, and then look at one card and remember it. Got it? Look at one card, remember it. And then just keep it on top. Right, we'll do that again. That's right. Take that card off. That's all right. Hold it in your hand. In your right hand. That's good. Yes. That's on your right. Left hand goes on top. You take that card. Let's try again. Let me help you out. Right, put it into your right hand, my friend. Right hand, left hand on top. Look up. Flick up the back. Look at the card. Remember it. You got it? Yeah. Have you got it? Yeah. Place it back in there. Good. Right, person number 2. Harry, my friend. Harry, reach in. Right hand on top. That's it, right hand. Look in the back. Good. Look at one card and remember it. Good, thank you. And last but not least, Katie. Before the track ends, your turn as well. Good. There we go, yes, good. Got it, remember it? Place it back in. Good. All right, thank you, Will. Can we give Will a round of applause, please, for our audio today? Thank you. All right. The three people that we just had a card, would you mind standing up for me, please? We're going to try the impossible right now. We're going to try and read their minds. Now, I don't know, Katie, if you know the difference between a magician and a mind reader. Okay, it's all right, I'll tell you all. It's about £300, yes, but that's okay. We don't need to worry about it, but we are going to try to read their minds. And here's what I want you to do. You can tell the truth, or you can tell a lie. But if they lie, we're going to see if we spot right through it. So I'm going to ask you a question for you, person number one. Is this a picture card or a number card? Good. Harry, is this a picture card or a number card? Picture. Katie, is this a picture card or a number card? A number. I think we have a liar in this room. But I won't embarrass her. So here's the idea. I want you to think of that card right now, and I want you to picture it in your mind, and you're going to send it to me. Okay? Okay, interesting. I think I might have it. Now I'm going to name 3 cards out loud. If I name the 3 cards, I don't want you to say yes, it's a poker face, but just for me to get it out, let's try this. I'm going to say Jack of Spades, Queen of Clubs, Queen of Diamonds. If I've correctly named all of your cards, as a sign of acknowledgement, I would like you all to take a seat, and everyone will give you a big round of applause. 3, 2, 1. Did you get it? That's not one of your cards? It is? No. What was your card? Queen. Of? It is, because that's the only cards in that deck. It's okay, don't worry. Let's give them a big round of applause, please. They did help out anyway. Good. Thank you for helping. Thank you. So let me just explain what just happened there. When we experience magic, we believe that anything is possible. When I meet people at events, I say, hi, my name's Ricky, I'm the magician. They go, wow, hi, great. And I say, can I borrow your phone? And they'll go, yeah, sure, yeah, here we go. And I might make that phone disappear. And when I make that phone disappear, they don't immediately go, oh my God, I can't believe you just did that. How dare you? My life is over. No, they go, where's it gone? Is it in that box behind me? Because they're excited, because we're conditioned to believe that in magic, something extraordinary can happen. And I'd like to invite everyone to think about this when the process for magical resilience is this. In magic, we never know how the tricks will unfold. But we're always excited. We always know there's a big special ending. But here's the truth. In life, we don't know how life will unfold, especially in business too. But if we was to lean into that moment and trust that if something was a setback, that perhaps maybe it's just a seed to something extraordinary, lean in, trust the detour, stay curious, because magic is never far behind. But for my third and final principle, I'd like a few people to help me out with this, because this is one of the most important things, and I want to echo to Elsie what she was saying this morning about a line, because if we can get into this habit of taking action and ask, we can dramatically change our outcomes. And just like my story, when I lost everything, I had to have this process to start asking to the people that I need to help me get to where I want. But as a demonstration, I'm going to show this. And I'd like someone to help out. I have here a £25 Amazon voucher. I'd like to gift this voucher to somebody in this room. Who would like it? Yeah? Oh. You would like it. There we go. Thank you. Give her a round of applause. There we go. Thank you. Yes, good. Thank you. Now, just for a second, what happened just there? Why is it that that person came up here and took that out of my hand? She took action. Why is it that nobody else did that? Perhaps maybe there was a story going, oh my God, I don't know if he's going to do it. Is he going to play a prank on me? Is it fake? Or is he going to just make me look silly? I don't want to look needy. I don't want to look greedy. And if that's the stories that we are telling ourselves in this room right now, what are the stories that we're telling ourselves out in the real world too? Because we have to take action. Now, is all action going to work? It could well have been fake, and it might have looked a bit silly, but she wouldn't have known until she tried. So I'd like to encourage everyone to start thinking about, if you've got somewhere in your business this year, you want to get to where you want to be, what is the action that you can take? Because the key difference between successful businesses and non-successful businesses is that they take action. And the principle I'm going to help you with right now is all about ask, 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 ask. So I don't know if anyone's familiar with a lady called Marquita Andrews. Anybody ever heard of Marquita Andrews before? Who hasn't heard of Marquita Andrews? Thank you. Marquita Andrews was one of the most famous Girl Scouts of all time. That's our equivalent of brownies. And she would knock on people's doors and say, hey, excuse me, would you buy some Girl Scout cookies from us to support our Girl Scout Foundation? And she was so successful in her first year, she sold, at 8 years old, 2,135 Girl Scout cookie boxes. I mean, that's pretty impressive, isn't it, for an 8-year-old? When she finished her career, which was about 7 or 8 years of being a Girl Scout, she sold over 30,000 Girl Scout cookie boxes, which is incredible. And because of her success, she got invited to Radio City Music Hall to deliver a keynote. And she's standing there at Radio City Music Hall, she's delivering a keynote. And she says to the audience, midway through her talk, I want everybody right now to reach underneath your table. You'll find a 3x5 white card, and I want you to get a pen, and I want you to write a number on that card between 5 and 10. Hold it up. And she says, that's how many Girl Scout cookie boxes I want you to buy from me when you meet me in the corridor after this talk. And that night, she sold over 7,500 boxes. Why? Because she asked. So the reason I'm telling this story is this. There is 8 billion people in this world, and someone out there has already done what it is that you are trying to do in your business. And if, like Elsie said this morning, we can tap into that potential and say, hey, excuse me, you've already done what I'm trying to do. If I could just ask you for a cup of coffee, would you help me out? Now, most people won't do this because they fear rejection. But why I'm saying this is this. The key to my success when I lost everything was I learned to ask. All of these great people on here are the people in my life, my mentors, my peers, and now my great friends. The sole reason I'm a co-director of the Comedy Club is because of this. I asked my friend, Steve McDermott, I said, look, you're a really great speaker. Would you come on to my podcast? I'd like to learn a little bit about you. And he said, yes. He came on, it blossomed into a beautiful relationship, and that's now led us to now present workshops all the way around the world. The people on here you might recognise as well, Paul McGee. I said to him, Paul McGee, could I come have a cup of coffee with you? The Glenn McCoys, the Jack Canfield, the people that are now in my network, just because I asked. But I know what you're thinking. Yes, that sounds good, Ricky, but it might take a bit of bravery, it might take a little bit of confidence or courage. What happens if people say no? So here's a mantra I want you to remember. This is on your cards, I'd like to write this down. It's SW, 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 SW. Some will, some won't. So what? Someone is waiting. As I said, there are 8 billion people in this world. Someone has already done what it is that you're trying to do. And if you tap into that potential, they're going to help you get to where you want to get to much faster. And I would even disclaim to say, heck, even somebody in this room right now could help you. And it might be a point that, yes, someone might say no, of course. A bit like when I asked a professional speaker for some advice. So I'm going to share something with you now. This is a Conflict Club mantra. It's called Vegas Rules. So if you've been to Vegas, you might know the phrase, but even if you haven't, you might be familiar with it too. I'd like to fill in the blanks. What happens in Vegas stays on Facebook, yeah. Vegas Rules. I asked a professional speaker and I said, hey, you're a really good speaker, you're 10 years ahead of me. Could I spend some time with you? What would it cost to spend the day with you? I now realise in hindsight, cost is not the right word to say, because he said, yes, Ricky, I like that, that's really good, yes. My half-day rate starts at £5,000 plus VAT, and my full-day rate starts at £10,000 plus VAT. I politely told him to jog on. But here's the idea. When the world gives you a no, here's what I want you to say. Next. Because there are so many people in this world that can help you do it. So as a little bit of practice right now, we're going to do this all together right now. I'm going to give you a no, and you're going to all shout as loud as you can. You're going to shout next back at me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. No. 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 Give away. Go. No. I don't like it. Stop it. It's too expensive. It's too cheap. Good. It's a little bit more liberating, isn't it, when we shout that out? And what that means is, it's just the law of averages. It's a numbers game. So every time someone gives you no, you say next. But if you take anything away from my talk, take away this. Be an asshole. There are so many people in this world. There's 8 billion people. Somebody is probably in this room right now. And if you could reach out to them, just say, hey, what would it take to spend some time with you to help me out my business? It's the sole reason of why I'm still standing here to this day, after completely losing everything, because I trust the process. And likewise, I'm very pleased to announce that because of this ask, literally a week ago, I'm very proud to say that I've just released my very first book. I've co-authored this book. It's just been released on Kindle last week, and as of last night, it is now officially a #1 international bestseller. Yes. Thank you. So, get your phones out, scan it. But that's not the real reason. The whole reason why that happened is because I asked someone. I was in America at a conference and I said, hey, I really want to write a book. You're quite good at writing. Could we have a little Zoom call? She said, yeah. And it led to this thing. So start being an asshole. So what if you were to all go away and start adopting these principles every single day of your life? That you would learn to take responsibility. That any time something happened in your life, it was just an event, you go, oh, I'm going to respond appropriately to that to change my outcomes. What if you were to adopt the magical resilience principle and understand that everything is just a setback? It was just the seed to something extraordinary. You trust the detour, you stay curious, and understand that magic is never far behind. And what if you were to become an asshole today, and you ask somebody in this room, or even out there, who can help your business, then I wonder where your business will be in 5 years. So here's the final thing. Everything that I'm telling you about today is all about choice, and it really depends on what you do when you leave this room. And I'd like to test that out right now by doing one more choice. I'd like to invite every single person in this room right now to get your phones out. Get your phones out and hold it up nice and high. And if you just go to LinkedIn recommendation, go, yeah, Ricky was a great speaker. I'm joking, I'm joking. If you can load up your calculators, please, and then hold up your calculators nice and high, we are going to try and create something that is impossible. Okay? So, we are going to create a series of numbers, and because the people at the back often think they won't get picked on, I'm going to go to the Wilkin Chapman Rollits. Hello. The man on the right there. Hello, what's your name, buddy? Yes, good man. Could you shout out, please, a number as loud as you can, a number between 1 and 31, please? 27. Is that right? Yes? Everybody put 27 into your calculators and then press times for us. Sir, the person who shouted out 27, could you pick the next person for me? And I want you to pick your favourite person in this room. Who is your favourite person in this room? Okay, that's fair, colleague, yes, good. The man with the tash, good tash, mate, good tash, good. Could you give us a month of your choice, any month you like, my friend? March. March is the 3rd month, so everyone times 27 by 3, and then press times for us. We're now going to times it by a year, and Elsie, because you're sitting in front of me, I'd like you to give me a year of your choice, any year you like. 1998, and any reason why? My birth year. That makes me feel old, but that's good. 1998. Everyone times your number by 1998. That's 1998. And press equals for me. Hopefully, if we're all following along, we should be on 161,838. Is that correct? Good. Your last instruction, press plus. Now, I'm going to do this bit first. This is my final trick before the talk ends. We go into Q&A. I'm going to turn my phone away. I'm going to punch in some numbers without looking. Whatever number I punch in, I'll read it out to you, and you will add that number to this number. But because it's the final trick, I need some energy. So would you all mind giving me a drum roll, please? Here we go. Good, thank you. We are looking. We have a number. I have 6 digits. I'm going to read this out very slowly and carefully to this number. Add these 6 digits to your number. 109,623. That's 109,623. And press equals for me. Hold up your phone so I can see if we're all matching. 271,461, yes? Does this number mean anything to anybody in this room? It wasn't the marketing budget, was it, from Tom or Paul, no? Well, here's the idea. I wanted to do something impossible with you to prove this point of a choice. And at the start of my talk, I gave something out. Debs, you are holding on to something. Debs, I would like for you to come join me up on stage, and as you do, everyone's going to give her a big round of applause, everybody. Thank you. Keep it going. Come on, keep it going.
Thank you. I'm getting old.
Debs, you will see, watch out for the bucket there, but there is a little prediction just there for you. I'd like for you to take off the elastic band if you wouldn't mind, and there's a piece of paper just there. If you can take that piece of paper for me, and if you're happy to, as loud as you can, I'll give you the mic. I want you to read that message out loud to this room, please.
Let me roll it the other way. Well, first let me just say what an absolute pleasure and honour it is to stand up here with you.
Oh, you're welcome, yes, good.
You are, by far, the most amazing person I've ever met.
Oh, it's very kind. Thank you. Yes, good, good.
And not forgetting, quite devilishly handsome too.
Sorry, Elsie. Yes, good.
But getting back to the trick now.
Yes.
After a random combination of freely chosen numbers, who would have known that the total number we would all arrive at would be in this prediction?
Ladies and gentlemen, if the number on our phones that we all just did randomly is in this prediction, will we all go wild and have the greatest rest of the day? Yes?
Yeah.
Good. Here we go. I'm going to take that from you. Debs, you're going to take this bit there and you're going to slowly walk back. Elsie, because you're the closest, what is the first number? Oh. First number, everyone? 2. Keep going. 7. With me, please. Next number.
1.
0. Yeah, 4. Is there one more? 2, 7, 1. 4. Keep going. 6. Is there any more? Anyone else? Just these two down at the front. Please shout out, please. Join in, please. Come on. What is the last number, please? 1. Here's still, if this last number is 1, that is impossible. I would like to invite all of you to stand up and then we'll give Debs a big standing ovation. Yes? Don't let me down. What was the last number? 1. If this says 1, we'll go wild. Yes? Not 2? Okay, stay still, Debs. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to get on your feet. It is 1, everybody! Yes! Thank you very much. Good, good, good. Thank you, Debs. Let's give her a standing ovation. But wait. Hang on. Debs, stay there, stay there. Everybody stay standing. Do not move, do not move. Because here's the deal. I said to you at the start of this that everything I'm going to tell you about today is about choice. It really depends on what you do when you leave this room. You might need to look at things differently. You might need to go start looking at how you respond to the events in your life and in your business. Just like this event right now, this number. Couldn't have been any other number, right? Debs, okay. If we turn it this way, Debs, if you hold it that way, and we unroll it, you'll see that it was always and forever will be about why we are here today, which is all about igniting your business. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give Debs a big round of applause, please. Thank you, Debs. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I'll leave with this one question, which is this, before the Q&A starts. What are you going to do to ignite your business today? Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.